What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Joey, JcM, and I was going to work on something else. I was going to work on another video, but then this hit me, and I need to learn from... There's one thing that always bites me in the ass, is that I predicted the Nintendo Switch a long time ago, but that's one thing I never got out there. It's one thing I never, put a stamp on it, made a video about it, or wrote an article about it or something. I was a little ahead of my time on that one because I actually predicted what the Wii U was going to be. I said it's going to be a system with a screen on it that you can hook up to the TV and take with you on the go. I was a little ahead of my time with that one, but as you know, if you've been here long enough, your boy JcM did predict the current Nintendo Switch. I was the first one to talk about is it going to be a system with controller attachments? And again, 6 months before Eurogamer or anyone talked about that. I was the first one to say, is a Nintendo Switch... Oh, actually, no, I guaranteed it. And it came true. I said, I guarantee that the Nintendo Switch is going to have one game cartridge and have 2 ways to play, home console and handheld. I recently predicted something about Star Wars, well, the future of Star Wars, and I've been seeing some spoiler videos, and this time around I'm actually watching them because I have a different view on what's going, the new Star Wars, so for some reason I don't care to see spoilers now when it comes to the new stuff. So I've been seeing spoilers for Star Wars stuff that supposedly are looking like to be true for Episode 8 and, the 8 and 9 upcoming movies. Something that I also predicted months ago, and now we're hearing about it now. But I'm not going to talk about that here because we get into spoilers about the new Star Wars movie. So if you don't want to, know about spoilers, I'm not going to talk about that. But, well, again, these things are not confirmed, but supposedly now these new Star Wars rumors that are coming out are from pretty accurate sources or something, and whatever. But again, that's what I'm hearing now. That's supposed to be true. Is something that I made a video about months ago, but again, that's spoiler territory for Star Wars, so I'm not going to get into that. So the point is here that I thought of something, and I'm like, even though I've predicted many things months before they've come out, that thing with the Switch and how I predicted that with the Wii U and how I never made a video on that, I guess it was meant to be, because that fact always bites me in the ass, and I'm like, you think of something, get it out there, don't hesitate, and add to your Nostradamus credit or something, whatever the fuck. My prediction credit, whatever you want to call it, I don't know. The force is strong with this one, maybe, I don't know. But anyway, so what I want to talk about today, and what I want to predict today, is Star Fox came to my mind. I don't even know how. I forget what the first thought I had was, and how I was thinking of Star Fox, but it just popped in my head. I think maybe stuff with the NES Classic, and then I wound up thinking about the SNES Classic, the Super Nintendo Classic that's coming out, and how Star Fox 2 is going to be on it. First time ever officially released, Star Fox 2. Only way you can get the official release is on the SNES Classic. And that got me to thinking, and it also got me to thinking about, I think I was thinking, yes, of Samus Metroid Returns 3DS, the remake of, I don't even know what we could call it really, because it's such a I guess, remake, I guess. So I was thinking of also Samus Returns for 3DS and how it was a remake of number 2. And I don't know, those two thoughts combined sparked something. And, because Nintendo now is showing that through bringing Metroid back, and how strong they're bringing Metroid back, and how strong they're doing everything, and how they're just not messing around anymore. It's showing that, they're not pulling any punches, and all of their franchises, they're bringing back. They're not going to, that's their franchises, they're going to use them. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel, and it gets me to thinking that we're going to see probably another F-Zero soon. We're probably going to see every major franchise from Nintendo be on the Switch, because they're not messing around anymore. And like I said, people have been asking about Metroid. People have also been asking about F-Zero, so I'm sure we'll see F-Zero in the future as well. So Metroid Samus Returns is their first step in showing you that they're coming back hard with Metroid. And what I mean by like first sign is that Metroid Samus Returns is a remake of Metroid 2. It's that Return of Samus, same kind of, same title basically. So they took a game, they remade it, to just kind of, they added so much to this game, and, you're talking about a Game Boy game, original Game Boy game versus pretty much fully 3D system, you know what I mean? So you compare those two things, like, you're gonna add so much to this 3DS game that's practically a new game. But they are taking the blueprint of Metroid Return of Samus, Metroid 2, the Game Boy, and using that for Metroid Samus Returns, and, seeing that story through new glasses, right? So basically kind of a way to, like, get us warmed up again for Metroid. They're remaking a Metroid game. So they didn't have to start from complete scratch, but again, the amount that they, you make from turning a Game Boy game into a full 3D game, you're pretty much, adding so much, again, like I said. But it kind of, seems like it was the way to, like, okay, how can we want to bring Metroid back in a really strong way. So, you know what, let's take Metroid 2 and remake it. We kind of already have the blueprints. So not that we could do it fast, but, it'll be something that we have something to base off of already, not start from complete scratch. Get a Metroid game out there. It's kind of a remake too, and just show that we're just coming hard with Metroid again in an awesome way. And then, but that's just the appetizer. I'm sure the game, I haven't got to play it yet, but I'm sure it's not just an appetizer. It's probably like 2 dinners. You know what I'm saying? It's like, pasta. A pasta dish is not just an appetizer. It's like the first course. You have the appetizer, then you have first course, and then you have the main meal of, chicken cutlet parmesan or something. Something like that. So I wouldn't say Metroid Samus Returns is a appetizer. So it's probably the pasta dish before the main course, right? And that's, obviously going to be Metroid Prime 4. And seeing how Nintendo's not messing around anymore, right? Seeing how they are just like, they've, so many things to say about that. I don't even know. But they're not messing around anymore. And to me also, you could add in there that for the fact that Doom, and, I think, is Wolfenstein first person? I think Wolfenstein's first person. Why? Yeah. What's wrong with me? But Doom especially, they're showing they're getting serious about everything. They've just given us an awesome platform to play, a powerful, awesome platform to play games in an awesome way. And that's the core of everything. You could do whatever you want from there. You can make your motion controls. And I love the Wii. I love the Wii U. But, if you gotta have the power, you gotta have an awesome system that games can flourish on. That's the base of everything. And then you can do whatever you want from there. You know what I'm saying? Why do you think people are so excited for Switch? It's not just the fact that you can play in handheld mode. That's a big portion of it. But you also have the power. It's just under the power of Xbox One. So even everything they're doing with Xbox X and Xbox One X and PS4 Pro, those games still have to run on their original systems, the original PS4, the original Xbox One. And Switch is like just below, a little below, like the original Xbox One from, So you can kind of get all these games onto Switch also. So it's not like you're putting developers in this situation where they have to mutilate their games to fit them on the Switch, or they have to do extra work and make a whole new game that's similar to their, I guess you could say, main game that they would usually put. We're talking about, the Wii era, Xbox 360, PS3, and I guess Wii U too, because, but Wii especially, for example, the Wolverine game, I think it was Wolverine X-Men Origins. That game, on PS3 and 360 was their main game, but then on the Wii, that was a situation where they had to make a whole new game because minimizing that main game, quote unquote, and trying to fit it onto Wii wasn't going to work. You know, so they made a whole new game that they didn't have to just take that game and make it look a lot less than it was. You know, if it's a whole new game, then you can say, okay, it was a whole new game. They're not taking this game and stripping away so much. So Switch is, you know, serious business in many ways. It has all of Nintendo's stuff from past systems. You get Wii controls if you want, but it has that power, and that's really, and you know, it has that newness that you could have that power and also lift a constriction. If some people see it as a constriction, you can have the game on the TV, have the game on the go. It works amazing both ways, and you still have that pretty much Xbox One power, and it's still amazing how small the Switch is. And even for it to be not that far behind Xbox One, the original Xbox One, it's still like, what? You know, it's still crazy. Every time I take, again, I probably said this before, but every time I take Switch out of the dock, I still kind of think that, you know, I'm playing like in PS Vita style. Like there's a main Switch system somewhere, and I'm through Wi-Fi. I'm playing the main Switch system on this screen, but no, like, this is the actual system. This little thing, it's crazy. It's crazy. So the reason why I brought up Doom and stuff is that Metroid Prime 4 is probably gonna be serious first-person business. You know what I mean? We're probably gonna get like a multiplayer mode. You know, like people have been like, from what I know and you know hear, people have been wanting Metroid to be Nintendo's Halo. Oh, I just got another thought. Oh my god, imagine like, you know, well, people have been wanting Metroid to be Nintendo's Halo ever since Metroid Prime was born, right? You got that awesome you gotta have that single player mode, you gotta have that story, or else, you know, there's no really basis less basis for multiplayer. You know, it all feeds off of each other, whatever. And I also say, like, even if you're someone that doesn't play the single player modes and you just go straight to multiplayer mode, like for Call of Duty and stuff, just the fact that you know that single player is there and that story is there gives it something more. You know, because if it was just army guys running around shooting, that may be fun, but the story really gives you the inspiration to go further with it. Anyway, you know, people have been wanting Metroid Prime to be Nintendo's Halo. Got that awesome single player mode, quality mode, that main mode, you know, and now, well, people have been wanting Metroid to have that multiplayer aspect, because, you know, it got that similarity, you know, it's space and stuff, and give us that multiplayer mode, you know, and like I said, considering how serious Switch seems to be being, you know, Doom and all this stuff, and just, you know, first-person seriousness we're seeing, you know. Imagine Metroid Prime 4 is that. Halo has that complete Halo aspect of the awesome single player, but now this is going to be that awesome Nintendo. You know, they got Splatoon. You know, that was kind of showing they're starting to get serious about online multiplayer, quote, you know, shooters, or, you know, or just online multiplayer in general, right? So imagine Metroid Prime is that Halo, where it has that. And again, in order to be Halo, not just awesome single player, not just awesome online multiplayer, but awesome local co-op. And now, with less effort, in a little bit different way, potentially, you can have that Halo party, right? Imagine you could do this. Have that Halo party with Metroid Prime 4. Remember when, you know, I don't know if you guys know, but oh my god, how amazing it was to connect the original Xbox via LAN and have LAN parties and have 8-player, 16-player, if you wanted to, Halo parties, you know? So fun. I used to connect the Xboxes through LAN, and just everyone does multiplayer together, or, you know, Halo 3. I forget in Halo 2, but Halo 3, you know, if you had maybe 8 players play against each other, but then you could go online, big team battle, and all be on one team together. So imagine Metroid Prime 4 is that. So this is about my Star Fox prediction. No matter what, for the fact that Star Fox 2 is going to be on, why would they do this? Obviously, oh, you know, they want to give incentive, right, to buy the SNES Classic, something that was never released before, right? Not only stuff you've played in the past, but something that was never released before. I think there's something else behind it, because there always is when they release something. They're trying to hint. They're trying to hint towards something, right? You know. And again, with Metroid here, I think they're trying to hint towards just not even hint now that it's out, but they're trying to show that they're gonna get serious about Metroid again. And not that they weren't serious about Star Fox before, but I believe that since Star Fox 2 is going to be on the SNES Classic, that combine that with the fact that supposedly the Wii U Star Fox wasn't well received. I actually really enjoyed it. Like, I thought the gamepad stuff gave it kind of like a Star Wars aspect to it, where, like, you know, you got to look at that targeting computer type thing and, you know, do certain things that way. And I had fun with the Wii U Star Fox. I did. But supposedly it wasn't received well, the controls. Otherwise, I don't think I've heard anything else besides the controls, you know, and how they tried to integrate the gamepad in there and stuff. But take the Wii U situation with Star Fox and take the fact that they're trying to get you back into Star Fox. I don't think many people kind of experienced Star Fox, you know, but they're trying to get you back, you know, because I guess you can say that the Star Fox Zero, a lot of people looked over maybe, but now I feel like for the fact that it's on SNES Classic, this is what they're going to do. I feel like this is them saying, not only are we getting serious in general, not only are we getting serious about Metroid again and all of our franchises. You know, like I said, I'm sure we're going to hear something about F-Zero sometime. I would really bet on it, because that's what they're showing. They're showing they're being serious about everything. Overall, their franchises. So not only is Star Fox 2 being on the SNES Classic an incentive to buy, you know, something never released before, I think it's their way of showing that they're going back to the basics with Star Fox. And for the fact that they just remade Metroid 2, Star Fox. Oh my god. What am I saying? Oh my god. For the fact that they remade Metroid 2, Samus Returns for Game Boy, I think that the best way to show and to get everyone excited about them, obviously they want to bring they want to bring all their franchises, of course. The best way to show that they're bringing Star Fox back and going back to the basics and getting people excited for Star Fox in a certain way, I see in the future remakes of the original Star Fox and Star Fox 2 for the Nintendo Switch. Like I said, best way to show they're going back to the basics, right? And I guess you can say that people consider Star Fox 1, Star Fox 2, Star Fox 64 to be like actual, you know, quote-unquote actual Star Fox. Because you don't hear many people complaining about those. I think Star Fox 64 is the prime base example of what, you know, you virtually don't have any complaints about Star Fox 64. You know what I mean? I would say that, you know, Star Fox 64 is the definitive version of what Star Fox is, graphics-wise, gameplay-wise. Because obviously on Super Nintendo, you know, when Star Fox first came out, people thought it was awesome and amazing, and it used the SNES, you know, 3D graphics chip. What the hell was it, Mode 7, or was that what it was called? I believe. So I think people, like, hold those in high regards, like I said, the original number 2 and Star Fox 64 as, like, you know, main Star Fox. But I think we could all agree that Star Fox and Super Nintendo, the controls aren't really, you know, well, like I said, Star Fox 64 pretty much gave you the definitive controls and the definitive way to look at Star Fox. People just saw it as a natural progression, but why not, you know, give us that Metroid 2? Because, you know, again, Game Boy, Star Fox on Super Nintendo compared to Star Fox 64. After you've seen Star Fox 64, obviously the Super Nintendo version had its limitations. Metroid on Game Boy obviously had its limitations, you know, no color, you know, and stuff like that. You know, obviously Game Boy was If you're comparing a Game Boy game to a system like 3DS or a full 3D, graphics capable system, big gap in what you're able to do there, right? From Game Boy, hardware to something like the 3DS hardware. So why not remake Metroid 2? They never did it before. Why not let you see Metroid 2 how it was meant to be? Now, why not have you see Star Fox 1 and Star Fox 2 how they were meant to be seen? And again, what better way to show people that they're being serious about Star Fox again than bringing you one of the original Star Foxes, but in a way we were never able to see it before, just like Metroid 2. In a way we were never able to see it before. It's like we weren't really able to squeeze all the juice out of Metroid 2 and really, if you see in today's modern world, it's like, you could say like there's so much to Metroid 2 that we don't know, or we couldn't do, or we couldn't see because of the Game Boy limitations compared to today's hardware. So why not take Metroid 2 and make it something where we can squeeze all the juice out of it, really see everything, all of the way the colors were meant to be, the way, just tell the story the way we could actually maybe want to tell it. There's no limitations anymore, right? So having Star Fox 2 on the SNES Classic, I believe, is a way that they're showing and getting people warmed up, a little appetizer to what they plan on doing with Star Fox in the future. Because obviously they want Star Fox. They want all their franchises, F-Zero, why. So my prediction today is that we will see remakes of Star Fox 1 and Star Fox 2 for the Nintendo Switch in updated, modern graphics, in a hardware situation, in a graphic situation, and in a gameplay situation where we could squeeze all the juice out of Star Fox 1 and Star Fox 2. The stories, both of the games, because of the lack of limitations, have everything be seen the way the developers, the writers, the imaginators meant for you to see it now that there's no limitations. Take those stories and make them on hardware where there's no limitations, so you can squeeze all the juice out of it. And plus, be able to announce to people that we're going back to the basics with Star Fox, the basic gameplay, and also get people excited to see Star Fox 1 and 2 in a way that they were never able to see it, experience it, play it before, and take it and now have it be considered, be able to be viewed side by side with Star Fox 64 and that gameplay, those graphics, as maybe a 3-part trilogy. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That is my newest prediction that has come to me, that we're going to see remakes of Star Fox 1 and 2 on the Nintendo Switch, updated graphics. So let me know what you guys think. Thank you for hanging out here today on JcM Radio. Just chit-chatting, hanging out with you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think this sounds pretty legit? Do you think what I'm saying here kind of matches up? All the puzzle pieces kind of fit together? And do you agree with what I'm saying? Or maybe you think something similar, but maybe you think they are going to bring Star Fox back, maybe to the basics, but maybe it's going to be a completely new Star Fox game. Or maybe you think they're going to redo Star Fox Zero in, basic gameplay. Somehow taking out the Wii U stuff and, making it more basic Star Fox. Or maybe you just think, nah, they're just putting Star Fox 2 on the SNES Classic as an incentive. But ladies and gentlemen, this is Joey JcM. You guys know all the ways you can raise the power level, oh my gosh, of the channel. There is also a Patreon option now if you guys want to. Patreon, blah, 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 / Joey_JcM. But again, just another option. I love everyone who just likes or comments or just watches. I've been doing this for over 10 years and it ain't gonna stop. So ladies and gentlemen, this is Joey JcM. Thank you for hanging out here today on Joey JcM Radio. And I will see you guys later.